Greetings from your pals again. This story revolves around a mother bear, one of the deadliest animals known to man. However, as this is a tale about facing one's fears and natural inclinations, and asking for assistance from the last creature you might think of, things might not go as planned. I will state up front that this is a dramatized account of events, but the moral of the narrative and its central idea are significant ones that many people may find useful in their daily lives. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. It's frequently difficult for people in today's society to comprehend one another, since so many people lack the fundamental abilities of kindness, patience, and listening. Many people only think about themselves, disregarding those who are less fortunate than they are and who might require a little assistance to get back on track. Furthermore, generosity, which has the potential to benefit a great deal of people, is frequently viewed as a vulnerability that will allow someone stronger or bigger than you to trample you. It may seem nearly impossible to understand animals of various species in this day and age, given how tough it is to understand other people. However, the tale I'll tell you today demonstrates how even a small amount of tolerance, compassion, and kindness may make a big difference in the life of a truly needy person. I'm going to tell you a story that happened roughly 15 years ago. An elderly guy who had spent his entire life in the forest resided in a small village in the Karelia region. He shared a home with his grown daughter, her spouse, and their small child. The old man would often go for walks in the nearby woodland to obtain some fresh air. He liked going to the woods because he was in awe of their unspoiled beauty and all the fresh food that could be found there for the taking. The elderly man loved to eat fresh berries, and nothing could be fresher than fruit straight from the forest. Therefore, he had gone in quest of some blueberries on this particular day to treat his grandson. The elderly forester chose to go deeper into the forest in order to surprise his grandson and locate the larger berries because he knew the area like the back of his hand. The man quickly squatted down and began gathering the fruit he found, placing it in the basket he had taken with him after locating the location he was searching for. Picking berries was a very soothing and healing occupation, so the forester soon forgot where he was. He quickly discovered that he had arrived at a vast, deep pit, but he was unsure of how he had gotten there. He heard a growl suddenly, one that was so angry he knew it was dangerous. It had been a massive bear that had growled. The animal appeared to have realized that the guy was intruding on its domain and was making it quite evident that he was not welcome there. Fortunately, the old forester was prepared because he was aware that bears enjoyed exploring these woods. He grabbed up his rifle swiftly, having carried it with him in case something similar happened to him. In an attempt to frighten the enormous beast away, he shot once into the air. Fearful of the disturbance, but not in a rush to get away, the animal fled to the side of the hole. The bear appeared to be seeking something, and it seemed willing to stick around and acquire it, even if it meant taking a bullet. The forester soon discovered why the bear wasn't fleeing after scanning the surrounding forest. A small bear cub was on the ground not far from where he was standing. The elderly guy examined the cub more closely and saw that it was stuck in a trap and unable to escape. The mother bear had no idea how else she could protect her young. She was only protecting it. The man realized that the tiny animal would perish in the trap because it would not be able to feed, drink, or defend itself from other predators if he did not assist it. The forester had no choice but to put his life at risk in order to save the newborn bear. Why did the man think this was such a risk? The mother bear would attack and possibly kill the elderly guy if she thought he was attempting to harm her child in any manner. The forester approached the cub cautiously, his penknife ready, aware of the danger. He set about releasing the trap without delay. After a few stressful minutes, the youngster managed to get free when it sprang open. The man hurried out of the area, heading back toward his house, not willing to risk his luck any longer. The man had the impression that someone was following him the whole way back through the woods. Increasing his speed, he eventually made it past the tree line and onto the wide field, safe in the knowledge that the bear was the most likely culprit. When he turned back, Thinking he was far enough from the woods, he saw the adult bear lurking behind the trees. She looked at the forester as though she should thank him for saving her cub, but she was at a loss as to how to express her gratitude. The man just left the woodland to return home, not understanding. After a year or two, the elderly forester was waiting for his daughter and son-in-law at home. The elderly man became concerned when the young couple arrived late, as they had gone to the city to get a new baby cradle because they were expecting another child. Abruptly, a neighbor of the man barged into his home and began yelling that a horrible event had occurred. A bear, with something in its fangs and covered in blood, was prowling the village. With lightning speed, the forester grabbed his revolver and followed his neighbor into the street. They tried to scare the bear back into the forest by firing their rifles into the air, but it was ineffective. They met up with a few more men from the community. The enormous beast dropped its head, placed a crimson bundle on the ground, and moved to hide behind the woods after spotting the forester among the group. It dawned on the forester that it was the same bear as a year before. As he approached the object the animal had dropped, he was astounded by what he saw. A newborn infant lay on the ground, wrapped in a ripped piece of his daughter's garment. The elderly man took the baby into his arms and started to pursue the bear into the woods, terrified for his daughter. The animal began guiding the man into the jungle, as if it knew what he wanted. They soon came to an ancient, dilapidated, and decaying bridge that had been abandoned for a long time. The rotten planks had cracked, indicating that someone had attempted to use it recently, but their weight was too great. This was unexpected. Gazing beneath the bridge, the forester noticed his son-in-law and daughter sprawled out on the rocks below. He scrambled as quickly as he could down to them. Sadly, her husband had not survived the fall when he arrived at the couple, but his daughter was still alive. Following the dispatch of a rescue squad, the woman was brought to the closest hospital for medical attention. She gave a detailed explanation once she had recovered enough to speak and stabilized. She had, as it turned out, talked her husband into taking her to a place she had adored as a child. However, they had attempted to cross the deserted bridge to get there. The woman had gone into labor as a result of the stress of the fall. She believed she saw a bear during this time, but she was unable to confirm it since she quickly passed out. After hearing the tale, the forester realized that the beast, whose cub he had previously spared, had made good on her debt by rescuing the man's new grandchild. The old man might have lost everyone he cared about if she hadn't gotten help from the bear. Thus, her actions were timely. At that moment, the old man finally comprehended why the animal never attacked him a year prior. She wanted to thank him for saving her cub's life. The man at the time just didn't get it. Still, I believe he finally understood. This narrative merely serves to demonstrate that, sometimes, all it takes is a little more attentive listening to discern what someone else, a person or an animal, might be attempting to convey. Every one of us could attempt to be a little more patient to allow others to express themselves appropriately. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.